And let's keep your day going. Top of the hour here at HLN Now. I'm Lynn Berry in for Mike Galanos today. Good to see you. So many of you are talking about this today. You've probably seen it on your Facebook page. We have it on ours, and we've gotten thousands of likes, hundreds of comments and shares. All of this is about that new Tennessee law that says women can be prosecuted for assault if they take illegal drugs while they're pregnant. It says if a baby is born addicted to or harmed by the drugs, mom faces charges. 2 women have already been arrested in the state as a result of this law. 26-year-old Mallory Loyola delivered a little baby girl earlier this month. The newborn tested positive for meth. Police say Loyola admitted she smoked the drug days before giving birth. In Memphis, 30-year-old Jamila Washington was charged with simple assault. Hospital workers there notified authorities after they determined her baby was born addicted to drugs. Now, some people are happy about this law. They say it is about time. If you are taking drugs and your baby is born addicted to drugs, you have got to be held responsible. But there are other people that say this is going to steer some women on drugs away from getting proper prenatal care. Criminal defense attorney and CNN legal analyst Danny Savalos is here to chime in on this. And Levi Page, a crime blogger and internet radio host, is in Nashville. He joins us via Skype. Gentlemen, thanks for being with me. You know, Danny, I got to say, someone who is taking meth probably isn't going to care about prenatal care. That was my first reaction when I heard the criticism by some people that this law was in place. What's your reaction?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And there's no question we have an epidemic of lousy parents now in this country. It may be one of the biggest threats is that people are raising kids and giving birth to kids who are addicted to drugs. Now, the counter to this argument, I'd love to hear what people think of this, because this is the ACLU's position. It is true, there's a Supreme Court case that says the 8th Amendment prohibits criminalizing a status like addiction. So addiction itself cannot be criminalized. And Tennessee has laws about drugs, but they pertain to dealing, to possessing. But Tennessee doesn't outlaw addiction as it is. So the ACLU's position is that by criminalizing pregnant addicts, they're unlawfully singling out, unconstitutionally singling out mothers for prosecution. That's their argument. Now, does it pass the smell test with the rest of the public? That remains to be seen, but it's an interesting take.
Levi, what about the argument that somebody needs to protect these babies? They are completely defenseless. They have no one protecting them but their mothers because they're carrying them. What do you say about that?
I think that's a very good, compelling argument, because it's one thing if you want to do drugs and harm yourself, but it's another thing if you want to harm a helpless baby who is born addicted to drugs, who uncontrollably cries and is going through withdrawals when they're born. And there are long-term effects for these children. They have behavioral issues, emotional issues as they grow older, the studies say. And this bill, I don't think it's as harsh as some people are characterizing it, because it also gives these women the option of getting treatment and going through drug court. So they're just not going to jail and being arrested. And this is a misdemeanor that they're charged with, by the way, but they're getting treatment as well. So I don't understand the outrage regarding this bill, because there were 885 children born in the state of Tennessee addicted to some form of drugs that these mothers took while they were pregnant.
Yeah, you know, I've got to say, I've done volunteer work and worked with children who were born addicted to drugs, and their eyes are cloudy. They are barely able to function. Their long-term effects are irreversible. The outrage that I had when I was holding these babies was indescribable, and I'm having a hard time finding the outrage. And Danny, maybe you can help me from the legal angle of how you can justify not having a mother being held accountable if these babies are born addicted to drugs.
Yeah, the Supreme Court has said for a long time that there exists this fundamental right to procreate. You know, personally, I wonder if that doesn't require, I don't know if we should be reevaluating this sometimes, because, like I said, I mean, bad parents are the biggest scourge to children today. And so we have a problem. How do we constitutionally address a problem where pregnant women are giving birth to children who are addicted to drugs? The present law may have some other problems in that it says if a child is harmed, they're still going to have to prove causation. I mean, babies can be harmed for a number of different reasons. But look, I mean, we have a challenge. It's how do we hold pregnant mothers and parents in general responsible for their actions while still preserving the fundamental or theoretical right to procreate?
bottom line, are we going to see a precedent here? Is this going to go national? Are we going to see this really taken on a trend?
I think the ACLU, I've read a lot of their documents on this law, and I think they've made it clear they are looking for plaintiffs to challenge this law. I fully expect that they will file suit because they've announced that's basically their intention.
Danny Savalas, Levi Page, gentlemen, thanks so much for being with me today.